Brad, the moment has come. We have prepped it a little.
Yeah. I think they're excited.
I don't know. Like, honestly, we've mentioned it, but we haven't really hyped it up probably as much as we should have.
Yeah. Yeah, I was reading through some comments this morning that we're going to read during this podcast, and there was a couple on there
Asking.
that were just saying like they're excited for everything that we got coming.
Okay.
Yeah, so
I don't feel like we... And the weird thing is, it's like... We on our main channels, we haven't said anything. At least I haven't.
I mentioned it once in a video.
Yeah, like we got something.
But it was at the end of the video, so most people didn't even get that far.
And it's probably like we got something big coming.
Yeah, basically.
Good gracious. But like by the time people see this podcast, we will have released some videos probably on our own channels by the time this comes out.
Yeah.
I think so. So I mean this will probably come out kind of amongst those.
Right.
But we haven't actually, as we're talking through this and doing this podcast, we haven't actually announced it. So it's kind of a weird thing for me to mentally get in that mind frame because like we've had to keep it a secret so long.
I know it's been like,
and we still haven't even actually released it, and now we're talking about it, but we still actually technically can't talk about it.
I know. We can't talk about it, but we're about to talk about it. It's so official that we had to sign contracts,
NDAs,
non-disclosure agreements that we would not talk about.
We're technically still breaking the NDA at this moment, but
yeah, hopefully nobody's outside listening to us.
That's right. We bought a tackle store.
Yes.
I mean, like,
not yet. It's crazy. It's
like a real tackle store.
Yeah.
And it's in Tampa.
I know, and we got to bring it here.
And we're bringing it here, like a real, like a big tackle store.
It still doesn't seem
not like
real.
Not like a little dinky little thing, like a legit 11,000 square foot tackle store.
Yeah,
we bought it.
Yeah, it's wild.
Yeah, I mean, like how freaking crazy is that? And we're getting in the tackle store business, Brad.
Yeah, I'm excited. It's been like a weird little roller coaster. Like for you, we'll get into the whole story, but like for you, y'all have been working on this for a long time. But I just like recently got thrown into it. It's just like bam, bam, bam. Flying to Tampa last weekend. I'm there for 24 hours. We're looking at tackle store. We're like going through.
You're
inventory.
probably flying there again in a few days.
Yeah,
and,
like I don't. Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, it's been.
I'm excited, man.
Yeah, so
I am excited.
We found. I'll just start. I mean, honestly, I don't even know where to start because like there's so much stuff flying through my head because there's so many tentacles involved in this.
Right.
And just to give you a high level view, real quick, it's going to be me, Brant, and Brad that we're branding this around. These are our partners. This is who we're going to be putting our faces on, and it's going to be Beach Bum Outdoors.
Yep.
And of course, you know that. It sounds like it's me, but this is the three of us. We went back and forth a lot on what to call this and name this. We took a lot of time and ideas and thoughts and trying to figure out what to call it. What's the word? Like
I don't know.
Really,
we wanted to make sure we still use some of that name recognition, which the three of us already have. But like,
it was really hard coming up with the
when you think of like our three names individually, Bearded Brad, Bama Beach Bum, Angler Up with Brant, like trying to figure out which one of those would work best for a store. Like Bearded Brad, like that doesn't sound like a tackle store. Angler Up with Brant, we thought was just a little too long. Plus, like Angler Up with Brant, like I don't know. And then like we primarily beach fish, and our target customer is the tourists coming down here to the beach, and so Beach Bum just worked out perfect. And we took the Bama off because we will be expanding to many other places. So I think Beach Bum fit well. And again, we wanted to encompass more than just fishing, so we went with outdoors.
You've even, like, there's so many tentacles. You've even alluded to, some of our plans.
Oh, yeah.
We're like, surprise. That's just a part of it. Like, we're expanding to other places. So this started probably, I had a conversation with my brother, which I've got several brothers, but my oldest brother, who are actually the space that we're in right now, this is part of his office space. His background is basically he buys and sells businesses, a lot of mergers and acquisitions. He's been doing that for a while, has a lot of knowledge when it comes to acquiring businesses and starting up businesses, and has been really successful in that. And about, like I said, a year and a half ago, he had mentioned that he was interested in getting into other markets. And I had already, before I had this conversation with him, had other conversations with people around town about starting a tackle store. And I had no clue where to start. Obviously, like, that's way out of my league on my own, trying to take on that endeavor. And so he mentioned that. I was like, well, what about retail? What I was just like, if we had a store with an audience that we already have in place, and just the realization that so many people coming down here to that fish already know who I am, why not start a store? The likelihood of getting people to come into that store is pretty high just because of our marketing that we've already done for the last 5 years, and just branding it around that. And he thought it was brilliant. And so we mailed out letters. That's what we did. Direct mail.
What year is this?
Yeah, I know, but it worked.
1980.
I know, but it's crazy to think.
Got like a little carrier pigeon.
Yeah, but it's so effective still. And you got to think too. A lot of businesses, and here's the thing that we've had this conversation about as to why it works. A lot of business owners that are at the point that they're wanting to sell, which is the market that we're looking for. We want business owners that are at a point in their life that they are ready to move on to the next thing, sell out, whatever.
Right.
A lot of them are older.
Yeah.
In general, not like old, but they may be the Gen X, I guess. Like my brother's age, he's late 40s or 50s, 60s years old, and direct mail is something like they actually still look at the mail. You know what I mean? Like that's still part of their life. Like that's open up the mail. Like I haven't looked at a piece of mail, and I can't tell you last time. Like everything just goes in the trash.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just garbage.
It's always junk.
We
apply for this credit card.
Pay attention to it. So your target market, that still works. And so we mailed out letters to tackle stores all across the Southeast, and we had conversations with several of them. Saw the got NDAs and financials and all that stuff on several of them, and found one that worked in Tampa.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. And that's
the start right there.
Yeah, that was a year and a half ago.
When we started that process. We had the tackle store that we're actually closing on here coming up in a couple of days. We had our first. Well, Chris had already been talking to him, but the first time I got on like a conference call was in May of this year.
Yeah.
So that's when we had really started to open that conversation of hey,
so the deal that we're working on now has been going on since May and it is November.
Well, really before that.
Yeah.
I mean, really since the start of the year. I got some crud in my throat.
Get it out. Get it out.
I'm not even sick this time. We were sick for like 2 months.
I know. I've actually been feeling good. I haven't really been sick either. My Kinsley started to get a little sick though. She's had a little cough going on.
That's not good.
I had to put a humidifier in the room last night.
Oh man.
Hopefully it's nothing.
Well,
it's never fun when little babies get sick.
No, not at all. Right. But yeah, Brad. So we originally the plan was we were just going to market it around me.
Yeah.
And we put
selfish
that together. Well, no, it's just
I'm just kidding.
Just the idea. The whole time I'm like, how can I bring in more people? How can I bring in more people? Because I knew how much more powerful it would be with other influencers. And just working those numbers, figuring, obviously this is business. And the thing about the way that we're structuring this is we were bringing in so many people because we all know that we are not capable of doing everything. Mm-hmm. Like my brother is really good at structuring deals and running businesses and all that, but he's never run a tackle store.
Right.
He doesn't know anything about that. But like as far as putting that in place. And neither do we. Like we know nothing about running a tackle store. So
not.
That requires us to hire people, which we have operators that we've brought in who are going to be, and we're looking at bringing in tackle salespeople and sales managers and all the people that have the experience to grow this brand. And so there's a lot of moving parts and pieces, and we're trying to start this with a large team because this is not a one tackle store endeavor.
Right.
We're looking to expand this.
Yeah.
As a large brand, and that's the goal here, amongst other things that we are going to have even more tentacles that we've begun to work on in conjunction with starting this tackle store.
I know
we're so busy. We are so busy. There's so much. I had a conversation with, we're working with Matt Poole, Ninja Tackle. He's going to be one of our guys that we work with to help with our own branding, our own products, and our own brands. As a part of this. So like these are going to be like subsidiary companies where we have separate brands like rod companies, apparel companies, tool companies, whatever, lure companies that are attached to this. And it's a lot.
It is a lot. And something we've kind of said a lot since kind of all of us have gotten involved in this is like stay in your lane. And I think doing that and bringing on as big of a team as we have versus like a lot of people probably when they start a business, they just try to do everything themselves instead of hiring out or getting other people involved. But by getting as big of a team as we have now, and it gives you way more. We have so much more energy between all the different people involved to be able to tackle these different things versus like one or two people trying to do everything.
Right.
It's way more effective. Even, I mean, of course, you're spreading everything out, but to get to the end game, to reach the goal, like so much easier having it spread out and have multiple people doing a lot of different things.
From the beginning, it's so important to stay in your lane because if I were trying to, or you or Brant or anybody trying to do things that we have never had experience doing, being a sales tackle manager or sales store manager or an operator or whatever, if we try to step into that role, now we're not doing what is going to actually be the most effective for the business, which is promoting it through our videos and growing this brand. And what's cool about this concept and idea, and we've talked about this probably in some of our videos, and there's so much to tell, and it's so hard to tell everything. It's a very hard thing to paint this picture until you can see it, because we don't even have a location where I can go in and film it and say, hey, this is what we're doing. We have the location.
Yeah, there's just nothing there.
We haven't set it up yet.
Yeah.
But like once it's set up, I think it'll click for a lot of people like, oh, I see this, I get this. Because, we want this to be way more of an experience because this is going to be branded around us. So like there's going to be all the storylines that we've built in, all of what's unique about us and our content and the style of fishing, and what's unique about the areas that we fish and the locations that we visit. We're bringing all of that into the tackle store, making that experience for people. So when you walk in, you're going to feel so connected to what we do because it's just going to be so natural, and it's going to be fun, and it's going to be different really than anything you probably have experienced before when it comes to a tackle store. So it's a different undertaking than most people have probably experienced.
Right.
Mom and pops and things like that.
Yeah, I'm excited. It's going to be really cool. And one thing I'm excited about is this podcast booth we've been talking about.
Oh, see, this is one of those things, that, I mean, that's what I'm saying. And we've had so many ideas that we're going to be, some of them we'll do, some of them we won't, but this is one that I think is going to happen.
Yeah, so we've talked about, there's a guy here at the wharf that does this, which is, I guess, where we got the idea from.
Andy Andrews, which many may know. I mean, he's written several books.
Yeah, it's like New York Times best-selling author or something crazy.
Kind of a big deal.
Yeah, he's got a store here at the wharf, and he does a podcast. And in his retail location, he's just got like a glass room, basically. And so he does his podcast in there, but he'll announce when he's doing them, and people can come in and sit and watch him do the podcast, and I guess listen, I'm sure. And then after he gets done doing the podcast, do a little meet and greet and all that. So we're excited to do that. So we're going to try to fit that into our tackle store. So when me and Matt are doing podcasts, y'all can come in. If you're in town, check it out.
Meet us, and
shake some hands.
If you want to meet us.
Sign some babies.
If you give a crap. But hang out with us. And that gives us an opportunity to. That was something that was cool about when I was guiding, is guiding itself was hard, and the expectations and all that. But eliminate all of that. Like if I just got to meet the people that were excited to meet me because they watched the videos, that's cool.
It is
like
cool.
I'm all about that. And this will just give you opportunities. Like we'll let you know. We'll say, hey, we're going to film this podcast on this day. If you want to come check it out, come on.
Yeah.
And we're going to do a lot of fun stuff in the store too. I mean, we're going to do games and contests. We're going to give away a bunch of stuff. Like we're going to probably not be very profitable for a while.
That's all right. They're going to have to put in a big budget. I was thinking about that after we were talking about some of these ideas yesterday. I was like, maybe they could just we can have like our own account at the register or whatever, and we get like a monthly allowance of how much we're allowed to just spend.
Yeah, because if it's up to me, like nobody's paying for anything in that store. I don't know how that's going to work, but we're going to give away as much stuff as we possibly can.
It's going to be cool. And I think when we do, like we've got a huge plan for like a grand opening and things, and we'll talk more about those details on each one of our videos. So make sure you all stay tuned to me, Matt, and Brant, all three of us.
Yeah, there's a lot involved in that.
Yeah,
that we're giving away. that in addition to what they're paying for, like it's going to cost money, but like you're getting a lot.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
But I think we kind of talked about maybe getting like a dunk tank during the grand opening, so people can like dunk us. And
let us know. Comment some things.
Yeah,
if you're watching
absolutely.
on YouTube, like comment some ideas, because this grand opening, as far as the physical location, we're acquiring the store at basically the 1st of December. Essentially, we're taking it over, but we won't actually be opening a physical location until at the earliest March.
Yeah.
So that's we haven't said that yet, but like we have the location, but like as far as getting, we're gonna have like I don't know how many 18-wheelers with stuff.
Based on everything we saw last weekend, it's gonna be a lot. There's a lot of stuff.
Yeah, we're gonna be filling up some 18-wheelers. We're gonna be trucking it up here because we're getting everything. I mean, it's not just tackle, which is a lot. It's everything you see in that store.
Yeah, I mean chairs,
displays, office supplies,
paintings,
a water cooler.
Yeah,
a giant freezer.
That 12-pack of White Claw.
yeah, we had our eyes on that. Everything, and so it's a lot, and we're going to be going back down there to look through all that stuff. But like I said, the current location of the store that we're purchasing, it's like 11,000 square feet. I think 5,000 of it roughly is actual retail space, and then the rest of it is just storage.
Which is crazy.
They have a lot of stuff because they have already, and what was so attractive about this particular business is they already had a very stellar website for online sales, which obviously is very important to what we're doing, is because we have such an important presence online. We need opportunities for the people that watch our videos, click and go, oh, I can buy whatever I want from us. You know, we will literally be selling everything. It's not like, I mean, you know, you want a pin battle, we got it. You know what I mean? You want a star rod, we got it. It doesn't matter. We're gonna have our own branded stuff, so like that's what's kind of cool. Obviously, if you want our own branded stuff, go for it, and hopefully that stuff will be selling out quicker than we can keep up with it. But like we're gonna have all the stuff that we've used for years that we stand behind and that we love. We're gonna have it. You want a van stall?
We got them.
We got them. We got a bunch of van stalls.
Wait till you see our videos. I mean, we walked into this reel room, which is just a giant closet full of every reel that
probably
they have.
It's in the hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of reels.
I mean, I don't remember what it counted, but we counted like
45
van stalls.
Just van stalls. And there's, Stellas, and there's the big electric reels and big conventional reels. And
that's like almost 50 grand just in van stalls.
In the hundreds of thousands. And like there's everything in there. It's insane.
Yeah, that was really cool. Like that, I think that's when it like hit me that we're freaking doing this thing.
Yeah.
Because like we talk about it, but when we're talking about
that
it
was
here,
your first trip.
Yeah, that was my first trip to see everything and meet the people and like I don't know, sitting in meetings about trying to hire people. Like
I know.
It just all felt legit.
Yeah, there's a couple of guys down there, and I'm not gonna say their names or anything, but like even still, but like there's a couple of guys that work at the tackle store that are top talent, and we're looking to try to convince them to come on board with us and stay here because that's just hard to find. So in light of that, if you have tackle sales experience,
absolutely. Send us an
email. We're going to need you.
Yeah, send us an email to our email, beachbummadventures@gmail.com.
Yeah, let it.
For real, if you have
like, we're being dead serious. Yeah. Like, we're going to need some people.
If you have retail management experience or any kind of tackle store experience,
let us know.
Or even, we're going to have the online sales. So we're going to have a warehouse with shipping and receiving
we haven't even
inventory.
Talked about that.
Yeah, so seriously, if you want a job, email
You're going to need a lot of people.
beardedbummadventures@gmail.com.
Yeah, let us know.
Send us a resume.
Yeah, we'd love to talk to you. So, like you bringing that up, again, there's so many freaking tentacles to like what we have in the works and what we're working on. But we're going to have 2 locations. So we've only talked about one, but we're literally going to, like, this is how big this is.
Start out with 2.
We're starting out with 2 giant locations because again,
with the first one, the warehouse one is what, like 10 or 11,000 square foot.
I think so. Like just that. So just the actual warehouse was like 8,000.
Yeah,
and then of course it's got
bit of retail.
Yeah,
so probably like 10, maybe.
Yeah,
9, 10.
And like it's crazy. So we have what will be our main store location, which we've shown this in our videos and we talk about where it is and stuff. But the main retail location, I think, is 5,000 or 6,000 square feet, and that's where like the big show will be.
Right.
And then we have another location, and that's in Gulf Shores. The other location is in Foley.
Yep.
And both of them are on 59. So like, if you travel here to our area, to Gulf Shores,
you drive
have
right
to
past
pass
it.
it. Yeah, we're gonna let you know.
No
it's
option.
There. We will let you know it's there, and you will see it.
You're gonna have the biggest sign that we're allowed to put out there is the sign we're gonna put there.
You're gonna see it. So what's cool about this, obviously the goal here is spring. So if you travel here for vacation and stuff, when you come here in the spring and summer this year, you're gonna see our You're gonna see our mugs, on the side of these buildings and billboards and all kinds of stupid stuff.
I know.
All over the place.
It's gonna be cool if we get like billboards on I-10.
We totally should, man.
Yeah.
I think it'll be awesome.
Be like those Bucky ones, like
yeah, we need to have like
funny
some stupid slogans. Comment some slogans below.
Yeah.
Tough time with
me and Matt sitting in a bathtub.
Yes. We could kill the billboard game, man. We've got so many storylines. Most people
will be like Alexander Shahar, or
but
whatever.
way funnier. Because like most people obviously still won't know who we are. Just our audience will. I mean, this
right.
is even though this is a big undertaking. Like, still the 90% of the population would see it and be like,
"What is it?
What?
I want to go there.
What is this tough time?" Yeah, we're making that a billboard.
Yeah, absolutely.
But so the second location, the warehouse, it will have a small, because of the zoning and whatnot. See, we're so businessy.
I know.
Like, we're talking all this
official
business stuff. But
asking for resumes.
I know. Because of the zoning, we do have to have some retail. So it will be like a small retail location. And we have some ideas of some things that we can put there to make it interesting so that people do visit. But that's not like the main purpose. But
right.
we do want you to go check it out if you get a chance while you're here. But that's where, like Brad said, it's got like this huge bay door that we can back up 18-wheelers to load in our stuff, because a large portion of our business will be online.
Yep.
Like, even though we're doing the tackle stores and we want to launch several locations, and that's going to be a big part of what we do, the online sales is still going to trump that. I mean, it's just how the world works,
right.
And how our marketing is directed. So, as you're moving forward, if you like us and support us and like watching our videos and you buy fishing tackle, which I'm sure you do, buy it from us.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's all we ask, and we're going to make it easy for you, and we're going to make it fun, and we're going to try to make it as affordable as possible, and we're going to give away as much stuff as we can.
Yeah, I mean, by the time you're listening to this, if you go to beachbumoutdoors.com, it should redirect you to the website that's already there.
That's true.
I don't know that it's going to be, it probably won't be rebranded yet.
I don't know. It might.
I don't know how quick they're able to do that. But
yeah, I don't know what the turnaround will be, but like whatever link we put you, that's our store.
It's still going to take,
that's us. But it may say Southeastern Bait and Tackle, because that's what it is, which we can say it now.
Which is weird.
In this moment,
we can't say it now.
We can't say it now, but as you see
this will be posted in like a week or two, so it can be.
We're
speaking into the future now. We are literally time traveling.
Yes. Yeah, I know. It is so weird, because I haven't been able to say that name to like anybody. I can't be like, we're buying Southeastern Bait and Tackle, but now I can.
So cool. And I remember I don't remember where we were going. Me and you were in the car coming from something, probably fishing over in Navarre or something. And I don't even remember what I asked you or what brought it up, but you were like, I've never told anybody this, but I'm buying a tackle store.
that was a little while ago.
Yeah, it was a while. It was a few months ago, maybe like August.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, we were working the deal.
Dang. Because I think we were talking about, because one thing that I'm super excited about is a subscription box. I think that's what we were talking about.
Again, here's another thing.
I want... Like, I've been so much a part of a subscription box service the last year, being sponsored, and I'm no longer with them, but it's such an awesome concept.
Right.
And honestly, like...
Saltwater?
Yeah. I'm not going to mention their name, but, like, the box... Like, you would get some decent stuff every now and then. Every box would usually have, like, one decent thing, and then it was just, like, some random stuff. Some of it, you can still use it. But I really want to that subscription service is honestly geared more towards freshwater bass fishermen.
Yeah.
Their bass boxes are great. If you're a
Incredible.
bass fisherman, keep on buying.
There's a lot
them.
of really cool stuff in there.
Saltwater wise, they're not the best. Yeah. And so that's what I'm really excited about is we want to start a saltwater subscription box.
Change that game.
And make sure we put in quality stuff that we already use. So coming from all of us being saltwater fishermen, we obviously know what's good, what's not. So we want to put in products that we use that we know y'all can use if you're coming down here on vacation, or if you live here and you're trying to figure out whatever it may be. We want to make sure we're giving you stuff that you're going to be able to use everything in the box and not just some random stuff. So and that's not going to be available yet. But,
I was about to say that that's what I was going to touch on. Like, so a lot of this will be in phases,
right?
And that's something that we will be doing.
Yes.
It's not going to be in the spring. Like, it at the earliest probably wouldn't be available till like summer,
right?
Just because of what it's going to take to get all that going.
Yeah.
On top of
we just got to get this tackle store going. That's priority number one, is getting our location up and running. So we're going to be pretty balls to the wall for the next couple months, just trying to get that retail location open.
Right.
It's going to be all hands on deck, just putting stuff together, putting inventory on the shelves and
painting walls.
We're
going to take our kids in there. We're going to let them paint. We're going to have Annalise in there with and your kids running around with.
I just had a good idea. So like when you go in, I think Bass Pro Shop has this. I know I've been somewhere that has, like, you go in the store and there's almost like paw prints on the concrete, like leading you to something. We could do like Fred's. Like the herring footprints to like lead you to a section or something. We could put paint on our kids' feet and have our kids' footprints leading them to the kids section.
Yeah, definitely.
Many options.
We can do whatever we want.
We want to do a lot of stuff to like involve our families, which y'all are already kind of a part of through the videos, and involve y'all. Like Beach Mom mentioned earlier, we just want this to be a cool experience. This isn't going to be like walking into Joe Blow's tackle store, like. It's going to be cool.
Different.
It's going to be like we could go to Bass Pro Shop right now, not even buy anything, and like have fun for like an hour.
Exactly. And we're not modeling it like right after Bass Pro, but like that.
Yeah, I just mean like the experience part of it. Like
you want.
We obviously want you to buy stuff, but like the store's going to be cool enough that
you can come walk around. That's fine.
Yeah, the store's going to be cool enough that y'all could come in, walk around, see stuff,
do some things,
meet us if we're there. Like there's going to be enough going on that like. You feel like you're going to receive something even if you don't buy something.
Yeah, it'll be fun.
So
yeah, we're definitely making it fun, and we've got a million ideas. Like I said, not all of them are going to be. We're not going to be able to even do all of our ideas.
Might have like little whiting plush toys.
I know. That's what's so fun is there's so many storylines and stuff that we can bring into this that are that's just fun, and that people feel connected to. Like Fred. I mean, we're going to have Fred stuffed animals.
Absolutely.
I mean, Fred is going to be the most famous character probably in this store. We're just building that around that. Like these are things that people just haven't experienced before, and that that's just fun. You know, make this fun. We don't take ourselves seriously. We like to have fun. We love to fish, and that's going to be what this is all about. Is just having fun fishing, taking your family fishing, and not being super serious about stuff. Just enjoying life.
Yep. So if y'all have any ideas or anything you want to see happening in this store, if you're watching on YouTube, comment down below. If you're listening somewhere else, I guess you can leave the review on Apple. I don't know that you can comment really on anything else, but if you're watching on YouTube, comment down below some ideas, what y'all want to see.
Yeah, no, we like. That's what's so exciting is just connecting you guys with this process, because we're going to be documenting all along the way, and we will take your feedback.
Yeah,
like whether people realize it or not, even in our content, whether we actually say it, like and even if we don't respond to the comments, like what the things that you say in those comment sections have an effect on how we approach our content. Like if we're being honest,
right? For sure.
From our true blue loyal audience, not haters, but like people that are with us all the time, that comment consistently. Like when you guys start saying stuff about whatever, it changes our mindset and change for you guys. Like we will cater to you guys. So like that's what's cool. We're gonna bring you along in the process, and you guys are gonna be a part of that. Like if there's a common theme, or like, hey, yeah, we'd love to see this, or oh yeah, we need to do this, I guarantee you we will bring it up.
Because I mean, we don't know. I mean, we're just going off of really just our own ideas and kind of just guessing what we think would be great. And so obviously we're at the end of the day, we're making the store for all of y'all. So any of y'all's ideas, like you said, I mean, it would almost be cool. Like HGTV will do those like we're going to build this house and then give it away. And so each week they do like a poll of like, you can pick the color of the outside the house, whatever. So we could almost like put polls of like, should we do this or that? I don't know what these ideas will be then, but then like let all of our subscribers vote on the poll, and that's what we do.
Yeah, I mean, that'd be really fun. We actually even did throw out a poll for the name.
We did,
and actually went with the name that was most voted on. So you guys already were a big part of that. Yeah. I mean, well, we did it on the podcast.
On the podcast,
so we didn't do it on our main channel.
You saw that
because this was
I haven't even looked at that in a long time.
Yeah, we should maybe go back check that out because we knew that this was like our smallest, most loyal, tight knit audience of all the things that we could reach out to. So
like we couldn't tell everybody, right? We didn't. So we kind of had to like hint at
sneaky
because you put on there if we were to open up a tackle store down the road sometime, which we were already working.
I wonder what they're doing. Real sneaky.
Which of these 3 names? So you did Angler Up Outdoors, Clickbait Outdoors, Beach Bum Outdoors, and Beach Bum Outdoors got 35% at the highest one. We got a lot of other people.
There were some good suggestions.
My dad on there said Triple B Baits,
and I thought that was cool.
I like that. We were trying to stay away from like bait and tackle kind of name. We wanted to be that. Yeah, the Bearded Bama Angler.
One we really almost went with was Clickbait and tackle, which somebody put that in here. Where was that?
There it is.
Oh, there. Yeah,
Chris Frizzell.
Clickbait and tackle.
Yeah, we did like that one.
Like, and I had not even thought of that. You know, like you should. That seems like a natural progression.
Yeah. I think what we liked about that, like, so the girls that are involved in this, like, anytime we say clickbaiters, they're like,
yeah, they don't like it.
They don't like the negative term that comes from that, but clickbait and tackle, you get best of both worlds. So we did like that. This one from Omnigar, he put masturbators,
which is great.
We like that one, and honestly, that would be awesome. But there is a store, masturbators, down in Naples.
It's been
Florida.
done. It's not. It's not unique. That would be hilarious. I don't know that it like as funny as it is. Our overall brand, I don't know if that fits it.
Yeah,
but it is freaking funny. I'll say that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I thought Clickbait and Tackle was very clever, just because it's a play on the words, and it still described us from the clickbait, because everything with us is involved around clicks and of course bait, fishing. So like I felt like that was a really good option, and we actually even came up with some cool concepts for logos and stuff, which we may even still use some of that with some of our apparel and different things. Not Clickbait and Tackle, but like just the clickbait kind of
design
thing, that we've kind of come up with. So there may be some things we spin off of that, but I thought that was very clever.
Yeah.
And we were this like we had pretty much decided, we're going to be Clickbait and Tackle.
Yeah.
And then there was like every female in our lives said no.
They're like, I don't really like that.
Yeah, they were like nixing it. So we listened to them, and we didn't go that route. And they were all on board for Beach Bum Outdoors, which is easy, because Clickbait and Tackle, we wanted, like you said, we wanted to stay away from bait and tackle.
Yeah.
And we don't want it to be like overly complicated. And clickbait, a lot of people don't understand what that is.
Yeah.
They don't understand that concept.
Yeah, like our obviously loyal following would have understood what was going on, but you got the person driving down the street that's never heard of us or doesn't watch YouTube, they'd go, what in the world is clickbaiters?
Clickbait? Yeah, like this is weird, but like Beach Bum.
Yeah.
I mean, anybody can put that together. Like, Beach Bum. Yeah. So anyway,
it's exciting stuff.
I know, man.
Exciting
there's so much whizzing around.
We are counting down. What's today? Today is the 23rd.
I don't even know what.
So we are less than a week away from being able. Oh, we are a week a day. We are a week. I can't even talk. We're a week from today. It's got me fired up. Yeah. A week from today, we will be closing on this tackle.
That's
store.
crazy, man. Yeah, and Brad, like I'm going back down there. I don't know if you're going.
I'd like to. I just need some details.
I don't have one. It's funny because
I need to know when.
So, like, in conjunction with this week, we're trying to launch the Salt Strong. As we're filming this, we're trying to launch the Salt Strong community group that I'm doing, which requires a little extra content for me. I'm already behind on everything because I was on vacation last week, which was probably a terrible time to go on vacation.
Way to go,
like
man.
That was a bad decision. But I didn't know we would be like up against the wall on all this stuff at the time we planned it.
Matt can't say no to Disney.
Yeah, well, and this normally I would have because most of these trips that we take to Disney is usually like I'm touch and go. Yeah. If I go, I may kind of come and hang out for a minute and still work or whatever. But from the beginning of this year when we planned this one, I pointed to it and I said, this one I will not work. Like I will actually take a family vacation where I'm present and
look what it did.
But even still, like
I'm sure it was great
because it was. But even still, because there was so much stuff going on, like I didn't fish, but I still was working.
Yeah, it's impossible. Like unless you just don't take your phone, also it's literally impossible to not do something.
There was so much going on.
Like our job is 24/7.
The back end of it turned into a work trip because that was we had to go to Tampa to have some meetings and work out some stuff. But we're supposed to be going back down there. What my point to all this is, we're supposed to be going back down there on like today is Wednesday. It's like Monday or Tuesday.
Yeah, the 28th is Monday, which they were talking about. I just don't know if we're going Monday or Sunday because we're closing on Thursday or on Wednesday next week, the 30th. Mm-hmm. I just don't know what days we need.
Yeah,
because if I don't need to be there for 4 days, I don't want to go down there for 4 days. But
no,
I don't need to be at the closing. I just need to be at going through the inventory and doing all that. So I don't know what day that is.
Yeah, we got to figure all that out. But it's funny because Brad asked me. He was like yesterday or something, or maybe even the day before. He was like, what's the plan or whatever. I said, I don't know. I haven't gotten that far. He's like, that's in like 4 or 5 days.
Like if I fly out Sunday, that's only 4 days from now. I need to book a flight.
And the reason is I've got so much going on. I can't. That feels so far in the future.
It's like one day at a time, Brad. One day at a time.
I mean, that is literally. I've had to been telling myself that every day this week. Like I just have to focus on today. What can I get done today? How much can I move that needle? I can't even really think about tomorrow. Right. I just have to focus on today. And normally I'm not that way, but there's just, like I said, there's so much with the tackle store launch, with throwing in the Salt Strong stuff, in addition to everything.
You're gonna have to put Salt Strong on the back burner, Matt. Priorities.
This is something I've wanted to do for a long time.
I know.
This is all part of it. I kind of hate the timing of it, that we're trying to launch it in conjunction with everything else we've got going on right now. But it is important, and that's why I'm trying to make it happen. Yeah. But it's
that's gonna be cool stuff.
Yeah, and that's something that down the road I think you guys will be a part of too. They're just starting. This is something Salt Strong's doing with so you may be familiar with Patreon and that concept where you pay for additional content. I've never been comfortable with that just because it's weird. And if I did a Patreon, basically offering that to my audience, all they get is me.
Right.
Like if you pay for that thing, all you get is whatever additional content I have. But what's so attractive to me about partnering with Salt Strong for basically the same kind of stuff is now you still pay, and it's actually very inexpensive compared to what normal Patreon people charge. It's way less. But not only when you pay for the Salt Strong subscription and you get access to me, like you'll have that community access, Salt Strong already has a ridiculous amount of content and stuff related to fishing.
Yeah,
it's not so you are now among I can't even. There's so much you get super awesome discounts through their store,
right?
Which of course we have a tackle store too, but you can get stuff through them at a discount if you're a Salt Strong member, which we're partnering with them on a lot of stuff.
Yeah,
and you can also you get the discounts, you get access to their large community, you get access to a lot of courses for free. You get access to a lot of the coaching and the amount of stuff you get is way huge compared to if you just paid for me.
Right. So that's exciting.
So yeah, and that's something that they're trying to launch is these small community groups, and they're starting with me, but they will have one for you and for Brant and whoever else wants to do it. Ryan, anybody else that's I want to do this, they'll open that up for them. So.
So in that, you're going to do, I don't know if y'all have worked out all these details. I don't know. We haven't talked a ton about it. But inside of that group, what are some of the things that people are going to get from it?
Yeah,
so you can talk about that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So the main 3 things that are in my mind in the beginning, and this will change because this is kind of new. But
right, just trying to figure out what works best.
The main 3 things, what I wanted to do and what I pitched to them was making sure that we had access to live, because 2 of these things will require being able to go live. First one is I'm getting ready every day that I go fishing. The day before or the night before, I have to sit down and get ready, and I have to think like, okay, what am I going to do? And I have to look at all the apps. Like I have to check everything. I got to check the weather conditions. If I have to, I've got to tie rigs, or I have to pull down. I may have stuff already tied on, but I got to pull it down and get it ready, or whatever I have to do. I have to get ready for the next day. Yeah. So I was like, I'm doing this anyway. Why not go live and talk through this process with people and just show them what I'm using? I feel like that's smart. I feel like it's really helpful. It could be really helpful, and tell them why.
Yeah, I was gonna say the why of. Because, like, certain times of year, you're kind of stuck with, like, you got to do this because it's the that particular time of year. But, like, in the middle of the summer, there's a million options of what we could go fish for. And so I think that would be cool for people that aren't really sure if they're coming down on vacation. They're like, well, I got this wind, or there's this going on or that going on, neap tide. Like, based on this, I'm going to do this. Right. And not do this other thing. So yeah, I think that's cool. That's a lot of information there.
Yeah, that alone will be huge. They do something with their coaches called weekend game plans. They don't have that right now for surf fishing. So I'll be doing those as well, which basically is I think they post these on Friday, but I'll film this prior. Just a short video, like 5-7 minutes, and it basically me sitting down talking through, no editing, but just me. Kind of the same concept, but just looking at what's coming up the weekend and actually looking at the weather, what the weather looks like, what conditions look like, and basically just saying this is what I would do if I were fishing this weekend.
Are you going to do that like just for our area, or are you going to touch? Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I may hit some other areas, but like it'll be
maybe more like Panhandle.
Correct.
Typically, like our conditions here are going to be the same for like Pensacola, Navarre, Panama City, like all kinds of.
So yeah, obviously conditions. I can't and that's what their coaches do. They do it for their area, and that's the thing. They have coaches all over. So like you can look at these game plans for a lot of different areas because they have so many coaches in so many areas, but I don't think anybody's doing it for surf fishing. And of course, I'm only going to really be able to offer that kind of info for kind of relatively this area. Right. So kind of the weekend game plan, because so many people only actually get to fish on the weekends. So that's why it's so important, is looking at that weekend and kind of going over, hey, this is what you could do, what your opportunities are. And then the third big thing would be a live Q&A. We'll probably do that once a month and have that basically scheduled, pre-planned. And I've done live Q&As in the past on my YouTube channel.
I remember those.
Several years ago. And they were great. Like, I feel like if you were wanting to learn stuff about surf fishing and trying to get a lot of information, like those were really helpful. Now my audiences are a little bit they're just so big, like it just doesn't make sense to do that, because the last few times that I would try it, it's just you get a lot of junk and people saying stupid stuff, and it just takes away from it, and you get so many questions, and a lot of them are the same or all this stuff. But when you can kind of drill down to a smaller, hyper focused audience that's paying for this now, like it's going to be way more valuable.
I haven't gone live many times, but when you do, like those comments go so fast. It's like my mind can't even keep track, and because it doesn't, like it'll just keep going. Like I don't know how to stop it. Yeah, like, I'm just trying to stop and read something, and it'll just keep on going. You're like, okay, this is confusing.
And if you hit something wrong, it like takes you all the way to the bottom, and you're like, crap, I just skipped over.
Yeah, you almost need like, I think people that like do it professionally, like often you have like your computer and then something separate, and like, but when you're excuse me,
that was like snuck up on you there.
But like when you're on your phone and you're filming on your phone and reading on your phone and on the app, like everything's going on, it's hard to keep track. Yeah. So that'll be cool. So you're gonna do one monthly live,
correct?
A weekend game plan every weekend, probably.
That's the only
thing. As often as possible.
I was talking to them. That's probably because that one will take the most work.
Yeah,
for me,
for sure.
Going live is easy. Yeah, like because there's no editing. It's literally I'm propping you up, and I'm just going to talk to you about what I'm doing already anyway.
Yeah.
So that's pretty simple for me, but it's valuable content. Like I feel like people will want that information, and so the weekend game plan, I would like to be able to do that every week, but that may be like in every other.
Yeah,
week.
and I mean, so like on.
We have, you hear how much stuff we've got going on.
Yeah.
I mean, like
I was going to say there's multiple like. You may have an entire month where the conditions are basically the same every weekend. So like if if you posted this weekend and then next weekend's basically the same, you can post in your community like, hey guys, this weekend's looking pretty much as similar as this weekend. If you missed that video, here it is. And then if conditions change for the next week, then you can hop on and go, all right, we got completely different winds. We need to shift and maybe do these things instead. We got
a different species kind of opportunity or whatever.
Like, if the conditions are the same, it's going to get repetitive.
Sure. No, it absolutely will. But you know, there are obviously a lot of transitional periods, and even, you know, I think what could be helpful for a lot of people, especially dealing with surf, is, you know, I can kind of give you a heads up real time in this. Yeah. Like if you fish these areas of like, hey man, our water right now is just super dirty. Yeah. You know, and you know, like and I say those things in videos, but like that could have been from 2 weeks ago, and I'm just posting it today. Right, you know what I mean? Like you don't know. You don't know.
Real time.
This will be
data.
Yes. Like if I film it and post it on Friday, you know, like that's for this upcoming weekend.
It's a question: are you going to drive all the way from Fort Morgan to Orange Beach and let us know where the grass is clear?
Sure.
Yes.
Yeah, probably not. No.
All right, I'm signing up.
But like I may know.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I may have that information.
That's some freaking knowledge that I would pay for.
I may not ever, you know, I may or may not, but depending on what kind of fishing I did that week, I may be like, you know, grass has been consistently pretty clean in Orange Beach, but if you go down Fort Morgan, like you're toast.
Yeah.
Like,
how many times this year did we go to Fort Morgan bright and early and we got there and we can't even fish? We got to drive all the way to Orange Beach.
So
having that information, like, sure, you can find some of that from time to time on Facebook, but like having your real time information on grass, water clarity,
because those are things you can't get anywhere.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So like again, like I can't give you that for the East Coast of Florida. Yeah. But like for our area,
and even like with waves, like how many times do we look at Wind Finder and it'll say it's like 1 to 2s, and you get out there and it's like 3 to 4s or whatever it may be.
What the swells are doing.
So having that real time info of what the waves are actually like.
Yeah, the watercolor, you know, all that stuff, because you don't know water. There's nothing to tell you what kind of water clarity we're dealing with until you go to the beach. But, you know, I'll be filming these on like a Wednesday, Thursday leading up to that weekend. So I'll have a pretty dang good idea of like what real time is, and like, hey, this is what you kind of can expect if you're going this weekend.
I'm signing up.
Yeah, there you go. I mean, but yeah, so like that, I think that'll be huge for the surf fishing.
Yeah, absolutely.
But I mean, Brad, we've just talked about 47 minutes of a crap load of stuff we have going on right now. Yeah, and that has nothing to do with the fact that we have a podcast. Yeah, and nothing to do with the fact that
we're still building a website.
Building a website. Nothing to do with the fact that we still have our own channels that we deal with. And you started another channel, you idiot. But
I know.
Like I tell people all the time, and obviously we're doing this to ourselves, but. And we've talked about this in several podcasts, how we're trying to level up and we're trying to do more and we're trying to grow our businesses and grow ourselves and all this stuff. We are laying it all out there in this podcast, like trying to explain this is what we've been going. This is what's been going on.
Right.
This is what we've been dealing with. It's a lot.
Yeah, we actually got a comment about that. I didn't save that particular comment, but you saying level up reminded me. Somebody commented, I can't remember if he commented on YouTube or if he left a review on Apple Podcasts, but he said for leveling up to look up the podcast Real AF with Andy Frisella.
Mm-hmm. Have you listened to it?
I haven't listened to it any yet. I just saw that comment this morning and just downloaded it.
Okay.
But yeah, check that out. Real AF with Andy Frisella. And he also said that this guy created something. I don't know. Again, I haven't looked up all this yet, but I don't know if it's a product he created or like a diet plan. I don't, or a workout system. I don't really know. But this guy also created this other thing to help with like leveling up and getting your mind and body in the right spot. So I'm gonna look more into that. But yeah, check him out. That seemed like a good thing for where you're at, like with the leveling up and all that.
Yeah, and there's, you know, like we've talked about physically and mentally, like I'm trying to incorporate all of those things, which has helped.
Yeah,
it's crazy, and it's been great timing. And Courtney was the one that really pushed me to start working out and stuff again. But it's crazy. It's come at a great time because there is a lot of stress and there's a lot of things that you deal with all this, and moving physically, whatever it is, whether you run, whether you walk, whether you lift weights, whatever it is, like it really helps with that.
Absolutely.
So much to decompress and just take something and put it into something else physically. And it gives you, it helps you make correlations, like running to a point where, my body's tired and I want to give up and I want to quit, but I have to just focus on breathing and focus on the small things and push through and know I can do this. I've done this before. I can move through this.
Right.
And but that physical, being able to touch it, feel it is easy way to pick up and put into something that's more mental, where we're dealing with these things and it's like, okay, I just got to slow down. I got to think through this. I got to take a moment. I can push through this. I can do this. I can, it's just so helpful with everything. So yeah. And that's what I'm learning a lot about with the physical side of things. And there's some days that I'm just angry. If I'm being honest, I just get angry about stuff or whatever because, and it may not be that I'm angry with a person or whatever, or maybe I'm angry at myself. Like I should have been somewhere else. I should have been further along or whatever it is. There's just anger issues that I have. And that kind of comes out and it gives me an outlet to release this anger so that it's healthy, so that it doesn't come out in other ways in other areas. So anyway, it's just all of these things have kind of come at a good time. But even trying to work out has been tough. Fitting that in.
Throw one more thing in your schedule.
I know, but I've made that a priority because it's important.
It's worth it.
It's important, and I think it's only helped everything else. So that's one of the things that I will move my schedule around for that.
Yeah. I still haven't done any sort of working out, but I've been doing better, eating better. I had a chicken salad for lunch yesterday.
That's good.
I've pretty much cut out mostly eating chips, and I'll still have honestly, I could sit down with a bag of Ruffles and eat the whole dang bag. It's just so
you just
good.
love the plain Ruffles.
It's been a long time since I've done that, but late teens, early 20s, for real, I'd sit on the couch and I'd literally.
Well, you don't gain weight or anything then. Yeah. It's just your metabolism.
Yeah,
so
every
high.
now and then, over the last maybe week or two, my kids still have the little snack bags, the tiny bags of Ruffles or Goldfish, and I'll eat one of those.
Yeah.
If they're having some, I'll just have 2 or 3. But I've tried to cut out all that, which is huge. That kind of food is what does the worst.
Yeah.
I haven't had any. I don't think. No, I'll take that back. I was gonna say I haven't had any fast food. But I flew to Tampa last weekend, and I did get some Chick-fil-A. But
well, this is chicken.
Yeah. It was still fried.
It was fried, but at least it's chicken. It's a lean protein, so nothing wrong with that. But yeah, my goals, because I'm already a small guy, I don't want to lose too much weight. And this morning I stepped on the scale and I'm down to 151, which is I don't want to go below 150.
Yeah.
And so I'm starting to lose a little, because it's hard for me.
Protein.
I know, because it's hard for me to eat as much as I need to, because I just don't eat that much.
Yeah.
I wasn't hungry this morning at all. Even after working out, I could have not eaten and been fine. But I stepped on the scale and weighed 151. I'm like, crap. I need to eat. So I had Courtney, but on the way here, I was scarfing down some eggs. She scrambled some eggs for me just to get some protein in, because I had to just force myself to eat.
Something.
It's weird. I've just never been a big eater, which is probably why I've not gotten gigantic.
Yeah.
Because I haven't been healthy up until this point. But now that I'm working out, it's I'm losing too much weight, because I started about 158, 159. And so I've lost 7-8 pounds. But
yeah.
I want to be 160, but muscle mass.
Yeah.
So I want to start going up, but that's gonna be really, really hard for me, because I'm gonna have a calorie surplus.
Right.
And if I'm working out as intensive as I am and move as much as I do, it's not like I'm sedentary as it is.
Yeah.
We yesterday, I don't know how many freaking calories I burned, because we went to the beach, drug our beach carts around. We walked a good ways.
Yeah.
And then I went and worked out. So, there's no telling how many calories I burned.
I know. I was wondering that yesterday. I was looking at I have an Apple Watch now. How do I find yesterday? I don't even know how to find it. But I have an Apple Watch. I was trying to look when we got off the beach yesterday to see how much we walked or whatever. But
was that 890? Is that for the day, or was that for the?
Yeah, I think that's for the whole day.
Was that yesterday?
Yeah.
You probably burned more than 890, because even on a day that you kind of sit around and do nothing, I think the average person burns 1,400 calories, because you burn calories while you sleep.
Right.
You're constantly burning calories. So if you moved as much as you did yesterday, you probably burned over 2,000 total for the day.
It says I took 12,000 steps yesterday. I don't know. I feel like I took more than that too, because It had to have been like almost a mile.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it was a lot of walking, but not only were you walking on sand,
yeah.
and you were dragging
Pulling
a beach cart. So
yeah.
you were definitely burning some calories.
Absolutely. Yeah. All it knew was that I was walking.
Right. Right. It doesn't know everything. Exactly.
But, well, cool. Exciting stuff, man.
Yeah. Yeah. Did you want to read anything?
Yeah.
Or
I'm going to read some of these. Yeah.
We pulled this up. We have a meeting. Like, here's how busy we are. We scheduled this. It's 9:40. We have to be done with this and on a call at 10.
20 minutes.
So we got 20 minutes.
But yeah, we're going to read a couple. We got 2 more 5-star reviews. I'm pretty certain these are new. This one is from Go Braves Boy, which I think we talked about somebody Braves, but maybe that was somebody else with.
You got the gas bubbles coming up there, Brad.
I'm pretty sure that's a new one, though. Could be the same person. I don't know. But he said, I love y'all's YouTube channels, and the podcasts are awesome, too. Glad they are finally on Apple. One question, have either of y'all ever fallen off your boat or kayak before?
I have not.
Good question. I have not either.
Yeah.
I'm scared of that day.
Yeah,
I feel like both of us do this. Like we try not to put ourselves in a situation where it would be easy to flip. Now, obviously, I mean, you can flip just from catching a big fish or whatever it may be, but like, especially launching off the beach and doing some offshore stuff, like we pick and choose our days.
Yeah, there's no reason to go on a crazy day.
I was contemplating going this morning, and then I was looking at the weather, and the weather didn't look great, and then we had to schedule the meeting, and I was like, well, I definitely can't go. I'm glad I didn't, because I know a couple of people that did go. They got soaking wet because it was so rough out there. They didn't catch anything. Nobody flipped, but that would have been a day that you could flip. Because, I mean, the sketchiest part is launching and then getting back to the beach. Like once you're offshore, like the kayaks that we have are pretty stable, and they're pretty much meant for this.
Right.
And so offshore, as long as you're not taking on like big breakers, like you're fine. It's just getting back to the beach. And if you get turned sideways, that's when you flip. But no, I've never flipped mine. I've never. It says on a boat. I've never fallen off a boat either. I don't think
you could though. I mean, you know what's weird is like we wear our life jackets in the kayak, but it's probably even more important to wear it on a boat because you're going way faster. You could hit something the wrong way, kind of land the wrong. You totally fall off a boat.
Yeah,
just as easy, if not easier.
Yeah. Speaking of boat, I finally got my boater's license.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, got it.
Completed the course, eh?
Completed it.
Congratulations.
Got a 93 out of 100.
Heck yeah, up top. A student. A student over here.
It was funny. So like going through some of these questions, like. Honestly, that most of them, like, because you have to go through this.
They're pretty common sense, right?
Yeah, most of them are pretty straightforward. There are some that, like, if you're not, if you haven't been boating your entire life, there's probably a lot that you wouldn't necessarily know. And there were some that I didn't know that I like learned throughout that course.
Yeah.
But
sure.
Well, some of them. Like they're all multiple questions.
How'd you learn that information?
By going through this course. All the questions are multiple choice answers.
Did you cheat?
And so some of them are funny. Can I explain what I'm talking about? Some of these questions. So like I took a picture of one and I sent it to y'all. I wish I would have taken more, because one of the questions was like, if your boat capsizes, like what do you do? And so one of the correct answer, which is on there, is like try to climb up on the boat or hold onto the boat or whatever. And one of the answers, multiple choice answers, is take off your life jacket, lay on your stomach with your head in the water. Like, I mean, if your boat capsizes, just kill yourself. Like, why would you do that? One of the other ones, I'm gonna see if I can find this real quick.
No,
this one was funny.
The one you sent was hilarious. I'll see. It's in our text group, so
yeah,
I might be
Take
able
a picture.
to.
Where is it? But it was basically saying like if there it is.
Oh, you found it.
So the question is, to minimize the risk of an accident, what should you do if your group plans to consume alcohol? And so again, multiple choice answers. A is make sure that alcohol is readily available. So I took a picture of this and I sent it in our group and I said, apparently A is the wrong answer. But the correct answer was have a non-drinker to operate the vessel. But then one of the other options is limit the vessel operator to 1 drink or limit everyone on the board to 2 drinks.
That sounds lame.
Yeah. But yeah, some of the funniest part of it was the wrong answers.
Well,
I'm like,
that
who,
is funny.
Who came up with these wrong answers?
Make sure it's readily available. I mean, that's that is important on a boat day though. Like I would argue that making sure it is readily available is important.
Yeah.
Like that's definitely party foul if you don't.
Yeah. If you've ever boated in Orange Beach, there's got to be alcohol somewhere.
Absolutely.
Don't run out.
Yeah. No, we only read one question. We're so bad. Brad, this needs to be our last one.
All right, yeah. This last one is from Donnie Wimpelberg.
Yeah, he's a big supporter.
Yeah, he said, thanks for bringing your experience and expertise to the podcast world. Your knowledge and antics are very inspiring for us that long for the beach. Thanks again, guys, for the great content. You both have played a vital role in my saltwater kayak, surf, and pier fishing obsession. Wimpy. I guess that is his name. His nickname is Wimpy.
I like that. Because
Thank
last
you,
name
Donnie
Wimpelberg. That's pretty good. Wimpy.
Yeah, thanks for the 5 stars. If you have not already, rate us 5 stars on Apple Podcasts. You can leave a review. We may leave it here, read it here on the air.
And this podcast is sponsored by Beach Bum Outdoors. Check out our website.
Yep,
Go
absolutely.
Buy. You can buy anything you want there.
I mean,
we haven't really talked about that, but you can probably buy stuff from us right now. I know you mentioned it one time, but if you're needing some tackle,
do it.
Go to our website.
We appreciate it.
Whatever you want.
And comment down below. Send us a resume to beachbumoutdoors@gmail.com if you have any experience, if you want a job. Honestly, if you have some cameraman or editing experience, go ahead and send a resume.
We're going to need that
because we are not far away from wanting to hire a cameraman / editor. So if you have experience or you're interested, send us that resume as well. Appreciate it, guys. We're about to go hop on a call.
Yep.
About the tackle store. Tackle store. Yeah, baby. We got so much going on right now. It's insane, baby. It's insane. Beach Bum Outdoors. Buy some stuff. We did get a comment that said, I love the podcast, but I hate the voices at the end. Yeah. Which I understand. This is kind of weird. Yeah. And if I was listening to a podcast, I'd be like, this is stupid.
But I love it. But we're doing it. Peace. See ya.